Let's go do this DIY high contrast and 3D abstract. To begin with, the colors that I'm using today, Red Hot Tamale, Wild Rose Magenta, and Titanium White. My goal here is to start with some very strong colors for blending. I swipe with my brush on both sides, and when I start to blend, I'm cautious of how I am going to be mixing those colors, especially when I'm going back and forth from side to side. And I'm just tipping into that magenta, and it really blends into my red, so I'll be removing some of the paint from my paintbrush and allowing that magenta to come through even more strongly. Now, because these are acrylic pour paints, I sometimes apply extra paint, and I also keep on moving my paintbrush back and forth until I get the blend that I want. So be patient. As you know, things are a process, and I really like seeing that color come through, and I like seeing this magenta with the red. It's a nice combination. Now in the center, that titanium white, I'm going to still use my brush even though it has so much of the red and the magenta. It's okay because I want a certain tint with that titanium white. Back to the center. Want to make it all just subtle pink, not so subtle, but definitely lighter than that magenta. And of course that tamale red. Just spread some of that white into the center. And the gradations of the colors is what I really like for a background, especially when we're going to use some contrasting colors for the second portion of this canvas. Here we go. And the key here also is to make sure that you do a full swipe, because if you stop in the middle of the swipe, you're going to see those lines abruptly stop and that pretty blend disrupted. So just continue it to the end, and you can see that as I'm doing it, there are some modifications that I have to make, such as if I drag a little too much of that dark through, I need to make sure to wipe off the excess so that I'm allowing the lighter portions of the gradations of this to come through as well. And here, all that I'm doing is really swiping through the little bubbles that come from the acrylic pour paint. The pour paint really blends beautifully, but it also starts to do what it naturally does, which is bring forth little tiny blooms. And here I'm just wanting to remove that for a more smooth visual transition between the colors. It's relaxing to work on these nice little blends. And I'm always making sure to keep an eye on the edges of this painting as well. Again, continuing that story from the top of my canvas to the edge. satisfied. Now for the tri-split cup, I have cerulean blue metallic and royal purple metallic. I am just going to find the location that I want to begin with, and I always kind of squeeze and manipulate the sides so that the colors come out together at the same time. I'm going to add a little bit more because I'm having a hard time doing that now. I can add it together. Let's see. And yes, now they're coming together. So this is the high contrast part 2 of this canvas. And the reason it really pops is because the gradation behind it is a really cool platform for whatever is on top. And here with these opposite colors, giving the cool tones to the warm, it's creating that three-dimensional shape and pop. I'm just going to play around with some shapes here and let it dance across this canvas. And I think I'm going to give a little balance to the other side by bringing another leg of this pour, and I do it in circles to allow the colors to go into themselves. And I'm satisfied with this abstract. Those beautiful colors blending in with themselves with motion, the blue tones against the warm tones, giving that pop of nice contrast. You can see that those little blooms are starting to happen, the blends are starting to happen, definitely more fluid in nature. This blue tri-split cup pour over the very smooth and more gentle background. Thank you so much for joining me today as we play with some techniques on a 3D abstract. I am always wishing you happy acrylic pour creations. Have a great day.